On behalf, on behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to thank you so much for your participation and contribution to our annual convention to success. We are Vân Anh and Thu Trang, the presentation, the moderators. We are delighted to see all of you in light of virtual presence today, especially in this parallel live oral workshop. We do hope that all of you will be able to have some valuable knowledge and experience as takeaways following the talk. Before the presentation, there are a few considerations. In case you have any questions or concerns about the presentations, please feel free to leave them in the chat box so that we can gather the question for easy response in the 5-10 minutes Q&A sessions. We gladly welcome a group of speakers, Ms. Bock, Ms. Summer Peixoto, Mr. Hoa Anh Viet, Mr. Nguyen Vu, Mr. Nguyen Vu, and Mr. Pham in this 115-minute parallel live oral workshop, which is entitled Engaging in Digital Spaces, Using Technology and Teamwork to Achieve Learning Goals. Please welcome them.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for that
morning.
lovely introduction. So, welcome to Viet Khoa. Good morning. Chào buổi sáng gạo. Good morning to Laos, Cambodia, and all other countries that are joining us today. We are so honored to be with you today at Viet Khoa, and we're sending you all really positive vibes for a successful virtual conference this year. My name is Summer Peixoto, and I'm joining you from Lawrence, Kansas, where I live and work. I work at the University of Kansas as an academic program associate, which means I teach English and I develop courses and I wear many other hats. And I'm sure you can all relate to that when I say that I wear many hats, because I think most of you do too. I am here today as part of a larger team for this workshop. So I'm going to let my colleagues introduce themselves before we move forward.
All right, thanks, Summer. Hi, everyone. Good morning and good evening if you're from a different country on the other side of the world like we are. My name is Bock. I teach English as a second language at the University of Nebraska in Lincoln, Nebraska. So I am one state above where Summer is, and both of our states are basically in the middle of the United States. So it's almost 8:30 p.m. on Thursday night. So I think it's very fitting that Vietnam and everyone else joining us today, you are all in the future from us. So you're living in the future. How does it feel? Hopefully good. And hopefully we can address some of those things, what it means to live and work in the future as a language instructor. Nice to meet you all, and thanks for joining us. Viet, please.
Mr. Viet, you need to turn on the mic. Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. I feel so excited to be here this session. And my name is Nguyen Vu, and I'm the lecturer of the University of Languages and International Studies, VNU. That's Vietnam National University. Well, I always feel a little bit nervous when I introduce my place of work because it's a long list. And I've been teaching English for more than I'm gonna say I started to teach English since 2000, and it's more than 20 years. Oh, more than 20 years! I can't believe time flies. So happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hi everybody. My name is Nguyen, and I'm currently a lecturer at the English Department, Ho Chi Minh City University of Education. We are responsible for training teachers in southern Vietnam, and I have been part of many projects aimed at encouraging teachers to integrate technology in the classroom. I'm happy to be a part of this team, and I'm happy to be here with you today.
Morning. It's a pleasure to meet all of you in this workshop. My name is Nguyen Vu. I'm talking to you from now, in Ho Chi Minh City. and I'm working at Thiessen University both as a teacher and administrator. Before working for Thiessen University, I was a teacher trainer at Ho Chi Minh City University of Education. So it's a pleasure to meet you all this morning, and thank you for joining the workshop. We hope that you will have a lot of good tools and ideas from this session. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pham. I'm an English teacher at Hanoi University, and I've been working here for the past 16 years. Like Summer, I also wear several hats, including a position at the Testing and Evaluation Center. I look forward to working with you and sharing and learning from you. Thank you.
Summer, you're muted.
Oh boy. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, one more thing, and before we move on. The theme of this year's event is rethinking English language education in the COVID era, which is appropriate and relevant given our current world situation. We're all here today to share, to learn, to grow, and to do all of that together. A famous author once said something like, "You must have a level of discomfort to feel the urge to grow." Let me repeat that. You must have a level of discomfort to feel the urge to grow. I believe the last year and a half plus has provided the discomfort leading us to grow. Maybe we didn't have the urge to learn 10 years of technology in 3 weeks, but we certainly had the need and the impetus to grow and adapt. As teachers, as change agents, and people who believe in education, the impossible task became a challenge that we all wanted to conquer. So what we share with you today are some of the experiences, resources, lessons, and solutions that we have created as a team to meet the demands of today's reality. We believe our innovative solutions in reshaping an educational technology course speak to the challenges we all face today in our classrooms. We are all teachers. So the course that we will share with you has been organized and includes updated technology tools that you can use now. Our goal was to find that sweet spot where pedagogy and technology intersect for practical, real classroom use. So join us on this journey through Mural, the technology tool of our choice. Crystal will now show you some Mural navigation tips so that you are successful in today's session. Crystal?
All right, thanks, Summer, and thanks once again, everyone, for joining us. So you might have noticed that we are not using a more traditional platform like PowerPoint, and that's because we really want this to be an engaging session. We're going to have a lot of opportunities for you to engage with us on this Mural platform. But first, before I kind of show you some of the navigation features that you will use, I'd like you to just type quickly in the chat, how many of you have actually used Mural before? If you have, you can put an emoji, a heart, or a happy face. If you haven't, maybe something like "this is my first time." So who has used Mural, M-U-R-A-L, as a platform before? Please write in the chat. Let's get an idea of who all has done this. Okay, first time, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Got some first
First
timers.
time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like the not yet. That means
yeah.
soon.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right, we're gonna have a lot
Learning
of
something new.
yeah. If you haven't used it, that's totally fine. Okay, I love using Mural. Sweet. We've got someone that Nguyen might be able to help for some of us that get lost here. All right, so it looks like quite a few of you have not. It's your first time, and welcome, first timers. We hope that you'll enjoy using Mural. Now, I'm going to show you real quick. Mural is basically a digital whiteboard. So all of us have used a whiteboard in our classrooms or a chalkboard, and oh, I might have you all make sure and you're on mute just so we don't get any feedback there. So Mural is the same thing as your classroom whiteboard, but you can do so much more with it. So I'm going to actually zoom out here and I'm going to show you what our Mural board looks like. So if I go around here, you can see we have a full board of things we're going to go over today. So they're all on one board. Once again, you're kind of viewing this as a whiteboard. Now I can zoom in any place, I can zoom out really far. So if I go up here and zoom in, I can be back at our regular starting point. Now, once I give you the visitors link to Mural, good question, Mural, do you need an account for it? You do need an account to make your own Mural boards, but you do not need an account to participate today with us. We will give you a visitors link and you can do everything that we need you to do with that visitors link. So it's really pretty fun in that regard. Can everyone see down here where I have a little map? Does everyone see this? You can give a thumbs up or a yes, no, if you can. I guess maybe just shout. Let's see, okay, we see a thumbs up. This map is a navigating tool to help you find your way around the map. If you pull this little green area, you can actually float around. And up here you have it where you can zoom out, you can zoom in. So using both of these things will help you to kind of find yourself, find your way around our Mural board. Now, another thing you can do, you can zoom in and out with your mouse or with your trackpad. So you can pinch in, pinch out to move around. Now, the reason why I'm telling you all this is because as soon as you get the visitors link, you will hop into this Mural board and you might be lost at first. What I'm going to do is, if you can find this little green circle down here, that's me, I'm the facilitator with the star. You can click on me and you can follow me. So anywhere I go, you can follow me. I'm also going to send you a request to follow me. You can click follow. That way you can follow me wherever I go. Okay. A few other things before we get started with this. On the left here, I have a navigation panel. Okay, there's a few things you'll need to use today. The first one, you might use a text box. So if I click here and I click here text box, I'm going to get this little thing that you can resize. You can move it around. You can put it wherever you want. You can make it small. You can make it big. That's one way to add text. Another way to add text is to simply double click and you get a sticky note. So with a sticky note, I don't need a text box. I can write within the sticky note automatically. Okay. I can also change the color of it. So we'll give you time to practice all these things. So don't worry if I'm giving you too much right now. The other thing you're going to need today is to know where icons are. Icons are going to be the star. You can search for things, for example, my state of Nebraska. Oops. Right here. It'll pull up my state. I can click on it. It'll be very small, but I can move it around. I can change the color. So really you can find an icon for anything. So the first activity we do together, you are all going to be using icons for it. Finally, the last thing that you will need to know is images. So you can really search for any images. These images pull off of Google, which is really amazing. So if I type in education, for example, I can get lots of different images of education. However, if I want to get something like a GIF, I can write education / or space GIF. Now I get some of these, well, some of these that are more animated. Okay, maybe I want to do something like happy GIF. If you hover over some of these, you will get something like that. And if I want to use that in my board, I just click on it I can move it around, I can resize it, I can even delete it, okay? So I know that was a lot of quick navigation. What we're gonna do, we're gonna hop down and we wanna see where you are all from. We're gonna have you put a pin in the place where you're from in Vietnam. And if you are not from Vietnam, we're gonna have you use an icon to show us where you're from. So for example, I showed you I'm from Nebraska. I'm gonna stick that in over here. I'm clear over here in the States, okay? And what you're gonna actually do is you're going to look for a pin. You're gonna pin the place where you're from. So you can choose any pin you want. Maybe I wanna make mine red, or actually I'll make mine yellow because I'm gonna put it over here. I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska, which is down here. And there I am. So you all will do the same thing. You will pin yourself in Vietnam or add your country and pin yourself there, anywhere in the white space, okay? So this is going to be messy. If you get lost, if you have difficulties, just roll with it. It's a messy experience. That's how we learn to play around. That's how we learn technology. We will do our best to make sure you stay with us and that you don't get lost. And we will make sure to keep checking in. So let's give it a go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a visitor link. I'm going to put it into the chat. Once you click on it, you can enter your name or you can use the name that Mural gives you, which is usually an animal name. So here we go. Oh, let's see. There we go. All right, let's see. And you're going to float down here into the checking in part of Mural. Got a few already coming in. So if you are already in, go ahead and go to the star, click on icons. Okay, we've got quite a few animals here. I'm going to send you a request to follow me if you want to follow me. Actually, I'm gonna disable that. I'm not going to have that yet. Okay, I'm going to release you. There you go. All right, I see a lot of people floating around, which is pretty cool. So once again, you'll head to the left-hand side and click on the star. I'll write this in the chat. And search for pins for countries. All right, I see Summer putting in Kansas underneath my Nebraska. She's making it bigger, so I better make my Nebraska bigger. I don't want to be outdone. I can zoom in here. Remember, you can always zoom in closer if it's too small. Pinch in or pinch out.
Oh, it's like
gamification. Colorado.
Yeah, it's like gamification. So fun.
Yeah, this is cool. We got Colorado visiting. Hey, Colorado. The visiting.
Oh, wow. Goat. The goat. Greatest of all time.
Nice.
Just a reminder, if the icon is too big, then you can click on the box in the corner to resize it. Because
yes,
yeah.
Thank you. Once again, there's a box in the right-hand corner at the bottom. You can zoom out, you can zoom in if you cannot do it from your phone. I love seeing everybody floating around here. This is very cool. Quite a few from Ho Chi Minh City, it looks like. We have some sticky notes added. If you add a sticky note, you can write on it where you're from. If you don't want to use an icon, that's totally fine. Now, Mural does take a little bit of getting used to, and that's why we're here today, to help you to get used to it. Zoom in and see we've got.
You can also click on the pin and change the color so that it makes your pin stand out.
Thank you. Yes, you can click on your pin And you can change the color with the little drop so that we can see your pen. I'm loving the sticky notes, all kinds of things on here. I see Summer's trying to get the perfect Kansas. Colorado's 500 times bigger than us. That's okay. Colorado pride. We're going to spend just a couple more minutes here to let you get used to this. Once again, if you're having troubles right now, that's okay.
I'm very curious to know what the pineapple represents.
Yes.
This
Oh,
one
I
in-
see.
Yeah, quite a few of the participants are from Laos, Cambodia. Okay.
Aha.
That's why the pins are on the left side of the map.
Is that Virginia? I don't know. Maybe that's not Virginia. What am I seeing there? And the visiting where Summer is. What is that? Is that a state or is that? I love seeing all these animals floating around. The pineapples are cool. Once again, try changing the color of your pen or your pineapple and make it stand out a little more.
And we have pins from Singapore, from the
Nice.
Philippines, from Indonesia, I think.
Very cool. I see some Huang Islands, is it, or Huang Sa Islands, Da Nang. Is there anyone from Hoi An? I loved Hoi An. I've been there and it was such good food. All right, let's take about one more minute and then we're gonna move on. And once we move on, I will find a way to have you follow me.
Crystal, that's Kentucky. We have Kentucky
Oh,
with us,
Kentucky,
too.
thank you. Sorry, I should have pulled up a map to see. Well,
Well-
Kentucky, Virginia, they were kind of close. Sorry, Kentucky. Those eastern coast states get a little too squiggly, so they start to blur in. We're from the straight line states, so it's a little easier for us, I guess. All right, about 20 more seconds. I love this messiness. I love everyone just plopping things down while we figure out this tool. See if anybody got clear down here. We've got some pins down in the oceans. Oh, Siem Reap, nice. Cambodia,
Wow.
very cool. Hi, Saren. We got pens all over the place. Pens and pineapples, I think is the title of this.
I like it.
All right, everyone. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to send you a request to follow me. Please click follow. And that way, anywhere I go, you'll be able to follow along with me. So I'm going to send that right. Well, if I can get on it right now. Okay, so please follow me. And we're going to head on up to number 2. And Summer's going to go over this with us. Summer, go ahead.
All right, thank you. So you guys can continue to figure that out, and I'll just go over the workshop outline with you. Our plan today is to introduce you to our project and our class. While doing that, you're going to be introduced to technology, which was used for this course, but also you're using it now. Also teamwork skills. So those hard skills of the technology and being adept with that, and then teamwork skills, those soft skills like communication, collaboration, and building an online community. So everything we did in this project is what we all do as teachers. We will also have little breaks for you. We call them energizers. It's demonstrating part of Mural, but it's also giving you an opportunity to practice your technology skills and being part of your community. Then we will do a brainstorm challenge where we ask you about your real examples and educational technology challenges that you have personally in your classroom in your respective situations. Then we'll go into breakout rooms and we will look at specific tools to meet those challenges and design a digital learning experience together as a team. We will all come back together at the end to share, to engage, to vote on things, to put sticky notes on things as we attempt to build an online community with you. So that's our workshop outline. And of course, we have some goals, and this is just to help you get focused on the information you're going to receive. We will, one of our goals is to employ and demonstrate model teamwork skills, like we talked about in the very beginning: communication, collaboration, working together, building an online community. We will also work on some online collaboration strategies to build that online community. You'll also have an opportunity to use and access free educational technology tools. We have 4 specific for this: Mural, and then 3 other ones in your breakout rooms, but you will be introduced to lots of things too. We will also work on a group project design where you will design your digital learning experience and then share that with the team. So those are our goals. And next up, Crystal will get us started with the next part of our workshop.
Okay, I'm going to send a follow request again, ask to be followed. You should have something that pops up near the top of your screen or in the middle to follow me if you haven't already. Click on that. Otherwise, you can look at the bottom of your screen. There should be different icons. You should be able to find one that has a star on it, CBT. That's me. You can click on that to follow. Saren, have you been able to find that, hopefully? I'm going to move slowly over to our next section, which is section 4. If you can find me, if you follow me, please do so. It looks like I have 12 people following me. I'll send out the request again. Okay. I might be able to. Okay. All right. So we've got 13 people following me. If not, please use the map in the lower right-hand corner and join us on section 4. You can zoom out and zoom back in if you need. We're under teamwork. Okay, let's see. Saren, if you are in the section 4, you should be able to find me. I'm going to zoom out real quick, everyone, so you can see. Well, I guess some of you are following me on Zoom and some of you are in the room. So try to find us if you can. Okay. Saren, I see you. Oh no, that's not Saren. That's a different one. Okay, do your best. We'll give you some time to kind of follow. I've got 11 people following me. I'll send a request one more time. My cursor is broadcast, so look for me. I'm CBT. I think, Summer, am I showing up as Crystal or CBT?
Yeah, Crystal.
Okay, look for Crystal and you can follow me if you haven't already. Okay. All right, so just wanted to go over some of the teamwork and tech skills that we used. We all worked together to do a cross-national, cross-state collaboration. We were tasked with putting together an 8-week course for instructional technology for the English language classroom for teachers. So if you ever get a chance to take this course, we had some of you that were actually our pilot participants. You'll know what we worked on. This is an 8-week course. There are 8 modules. We cover theory and praxis in this course. But in order to put this together kind of collaboratively and with a lot of distance between us, we used quite a few different things. First of all, we used some of these tech tools here. Of course, we used Zoom, used a lot of email, Microsoft Teams, Canvas, where we built the course, and then of course, Mural, working in that. We also used some Canva for some of our designs, which some of you will engage with later. The point of this is to let you all know that, you know, just collaborating digitally doesn't always mean just using one platform. Sometimes we have to use a combination of them. And it's really important that we work hard to keep up our tech skills because these platforms all build on one another. The skills you learn from using email, that's transferred over into something like Microsoft Teams, which is transferred over into something like Canvas. Canvas gives us options for web conferencing, which is transferred over into Zoom. So it's important as educators that we keep up those hard skills of technology as much as we can. So some of the soft skills that we use to complete this task, of course, we had a lot of collaboration. Communication is very important, especially when we're dealing with cross-cultural communication. Setting goals, being transparent in our workflow, in our ideas. We had a lot of emails. We had a lot of shared workspace through Microsoft Teams. Delegation, splitting up tasks, practicing with the tech that we're going to use, supporting different competencies, supporting and encouraging each other's strengths so that we could focus on our best selves and bring them to the table for this project. So I'm floating over now to 5. If you want to join me here, I'm going to send out another ask to be followed summon. I am over on section 5. We have a video. It's only a couple minutes long. It's an overview of this 8-week course. So of course it would be too much for us to go through the entire 8-week course. So we're going to play you this short video. You can kind of get an idea of how the course is structured, how it looks in Canvas. I do want to warn you that the video has undergone a lot of compression in YouTube, and I haven't figured that out yet. So I'm going to actually play it in the small view. If you want to scan the QR code here with your phone and watch it, that's fine too. But I'm going to play it. Once again, this is a quick overview. It will go very fast, showing the basics of our course and what we put together. Here we go. Real quick, can everyone see the YouTube channel? Give me a thumbs up if you can. All right, perfect. Here we go. Oops, sorry. All right, so that's kind of an overview of the course. We worked on this quite a few months, and we're hoping that it'll be implemented this spring all across Vietnam. So we're really proud of the work that we did, and today's workshop is going to be kind of drawing on some of those aspects of the collaboration and the digital tools that we use to put that together. Okay, so we're going to float down here. Now that we've made you watch some of us a bit, we're going to go down to an energizer that I'm going to pull over here. Sorry, I should have zoomed out. There we go. Ooh, I've got some people drawing on it. That's cool. All right, Summer, you want to take us away? Tell us what we're doing here. We are
yes.
on number 6. the GIF tournament. So if you get lost and want to hop back over to the Zoom screen, you can see where I am. Okay.
All right, so you should be on number 6, gift tournament. And who doesn't like a good GIF? You see one posted there. So we're going to figure out how to express ourselves. And the question is, how do you feel about EdTech in the English language classroom? How do you feel about EdTech in the English language classroom? So we're going to show you how you can post a GIF, or you could even post a meme, right? So you go to the left side of your screen where you see a little picture and it says images. If you click on that, you can come up here and you can do a search. So you have to do some keyword searches. Let's say, I am very excited about education. Say excited GIF, and oops, I got to spell it right. And I can see what pops up, and then I can double click or even drag it over. But you don't have to just use a GIF. You could also find a cool meme, right? You don't have to use the word excited. You could use the word feelings.
I do want to interrupt some of these. It looks like they're not loading. If you get one in there and it doesn't load, just kind of delete it and find when it does. It's based on internet use. If your broadband's a little slower, it might not load. Oh, I've got some, there looks like a, I love the baby. There's a lot of excited ones, and then this baby holding its head. Like, what in the world?
So you can even search EdTech, educational technology, GIF. See what pops up.
Oh, challenge accepted. Love it. Yeah.
Oh, I love that one. Now, my computer is just turning. So you can keep searching educational technology, GIF, meme, feelings, happy. I'm going to close that.
Got a big one. We've got Angkor Wat down there. That's cool. Like I said, this is messy and it's fun. It's fun to get a little messy.
So I was working on the mural board that was showing in Zoom, right?
No, because I'm showing. Yeah, but it's okay. As you were talking, I was showing the Zoom, but they should all be kind of board, so that's fine. Once again, if you want it to be a GIF, you just type in whatever you want and then space GIF.
Did you click on the image and then do that?
Yep, click on image. So I have that in the chat. I'll put EMO motion space GIF.
Okay, yes.
Right.
Sorry, I was working on the mural board and I had assumed you could see it. Duh.
Okay. I think a lot of people are still, 9 people are, I'm going to release you. I'm releasing everyone. So if you had trouble finding it, I released you from following me. So you should be able to try to get that. We've got some really great range of emotions here.
Yes, look at Curious George. I just love that.
I like this dancing one here in the middle. Oh, the grumpy cat. You always got to have a grumpy cat.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Let's take another 30 seconds. If you are not able to get your GIF in 30 seconds, that's okay. Try your best. And we'll move on. I'm going to make sure we have plenty of time for our breakout rooms today.
Mm-hmm.
Loving
the idea is,
oops.
The idea is to get your mind ready for what we're getting ready to do. And it looks like you all have very strong feelings one way or the other about educational technology. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun for us today.
Yeah, very cool. All right, everyone, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to send you a follow request. I'm going to hit follow me. You should get something on your screen that you can follow me with, and then we can go on a journey together. So here we go. I'm asking you to follow me. Please follow me and come with me as we go into our mind map. We've got an artist on here drawing lines through everything. That's okay too. They're playing with it. All right, I've got 9 people following me. So we are over on part 7 on the mind map. All right. So what we're going to do, I think you've all worked with a mind map before. We're going to be thinking today about challenges that we have with incorporating ed tech into our lessons or our classes. So this is an example of what this is going to look like. We've got the main challenge in the middle, and we're looking at some sub challenges on the side. And then we've got some little baby challenges that come off of those sub challenges. So this orange and yellow example is just an example. Now, if you zoom out a bit, zoom out, you're going to see the main mind map is going to be below and to the right of the challenges. So follow me if you haven't. You can see we have 5 main sections. We have challenges with our students and ed tech, challenges with myself, challenges in my classroom. There's Anchor Watt floating around. I don't know what Anchor Watt's following us wherever we go. That's cool. We've got challenges with admin. I'm gonna move Anchor Watt over here, but I still like it. And then other challenges. How can you add to this mind map? What we want you to do is double click on one of the examples. So for example, I am down by students. If I double click in the white, I can get a purple circle and I can add that somewhere. Oops, somebody covered the students, yeah. And I can start writing. So with my students, some like traditional methods. So some of my students are really stuck on traditional methods. That could be a challenge, okay? So moving these things around, don't cover up our main headers, but you can add anywhere else. If you click on a circle and you want it to change color, you can change the color. But we're going to give you a little bit of time to add in your challenges here in the ed tech classroom. So please go ahead and add those in. I've zoomed out. Zooming out might help. Once again, the yellow and orange one is just an example. Please come down to the other colors that we have. If you are lost, please go over to the Zoom room and look at my shared screen and you can see them. Okay, we've got materials. Once again, you're going to add challenges in the appropriate category with the same color. Okay. I'll help move some of them. So I'm moving time. I see a purple time. I'm moving you over to students. Oh, that might not be time though. That might be other. So ICT materials, that might go in other. I'm going to move that down to other and I'm going to change the color. Here we'll give it a gray. Summer and any of my colleagues, if you see one that needs moved. Yeah, myself, not good at it. I agree. That happens sometimes, right? We don't have our motivation or we don't feel confident in using it. Mm-hmm. We've got teachers here. Teachers might be, I don't know, that might be under myself. Like we're getting some, nobody wants to comment on admin, that's okay. That's a good one. Some of the students might be distracted. They lack self-learning.
I just want to remind you that you're an animal, a koala or a shrimp or a bear. So you have anonymity if you are worried about posting anything.
Oh yes, if you did not put your name in, we cannot see your name. You are anonymous. I'm going to release everyone again so you have freedom. If you weren't able to move, I release you. I'm going to move commitment up over to myself, whoever put commitment. Thank you for adding that.
It might go everywhere, actually.
Yeah. I like seeing, yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true. Commitment, whoever put that, maybe you wanted that somewhere else with the students. Please feel free to move that if I moved that in the wrong one.
I would copy it to every category.
Commitments. I'm going to put in ad. I've got one for admin. Yeah, I see some rural areas don't have good internet connection. That's true. This goes back to that reliability. There's Angkor Wat again. It's always following us. I love you, Cambodia. Whoever's from Cambodia, thanks for bringing Angkor Wat to follow us. The Angkor Wat's always watching. I'm going to try to make a few of these a little bit bigger so we can see. The information can be overwhelming. Yes, very much so. That is definitely something that keeps us from learning. We've got all these crazy things where it's messy. A little bit bigger. If you see something you added and it's getting bigger, it's just because I'm making it bigger. Don't worry. Let's take another 2 minutes. If you can add something to most of these, that would be really great.
I'd like to see a little more in my classroom.
Time might go over in my classroom. I'm going to move time over there. I think that could be a classroom issue more than a student issue. Here's a good one over here. Oops. Let's see, self-discipline. Yep, always. Yes, our students always like to go to other things. That's for sure. Okay. Once again, if you want to get a circle, you just double click anywhere in the white space and you'll get your circle. This is a beautiful mind map. Okay, let's go down to 1 more minute. I'm going to put the timer on up here on our mural board. So at 1 minute, we'll have a lovely sound that shows us time is up. Get your last challenges added. Oh, Saren, thanks for the Angkor Wat. You have been revealed. About 10 seconds left to get your last one in, then time will be up. Ooh, all right. Okay, facilitators, if you wouldn't mind, please take a screenshot of this to add into your breakout room. I'm going to make it as big as I can on my screen. So please get your screenshot here. Hopefully I can get it without too many visitors in there. All right. All right. So what's going to happen next, everyone, is we are going to hop over into 3 different breakout rooms. One of the breakout rooms is going to stay here with me and Mr. Hung. We are going to go over a tool called Screencast-O-Matic. One of the groups is going to go over a tool called Canva, and one of the groups is going to go over a tool called Flipgrid. Now, you don't get to choose which group you go in. If you have experience with one of these tools and you get into the group with that tool, that's great. We will use your expertise or your knowledge of that tool to help design a learning experience. If you get into a group and you've never used the tool before, guess what? That's great too, because we're going to give you a brief tour of what you can do with the tool. And anyone who is also in your breakout room that has used that tool before will have an opportunity to share how they use it as well. We will have 45 minutes in our breakout rooms today. The hosts will help us with time. They will chime in when we have 15 minutes left, and they will chime in when we have 5 minutes left. After we design our learning experiences with our team in our breakout rooms, we're going to come back. We're going to have a time of sharing those experiences. And then you're going to have a time to kind of add your own sticky notes or GIFs or reactions or questions to each of the learning experiences. For those of you who are live streaming with us, you can't really participate, but we will keep one of the breakout rooms here on the main screen so you can still watch how that goes. Okay. Facilitators, are you all okay with this screenshot? Did you get the screenshot of the challenges? Okay. All right. Hosts, would you please go ahead and put us into our breakout rooms? And we'll see everyone in 45 minutes. Enjoy your time. I think our hosts may be working on getting our breakout room. So once you see your room, you can join that. I better take another screenshot of this because it looks like there were a few more since I last took the screenshot. So we'll do this.
Yeah, I have to redo that too.
All right. So while we wait for the host to put us in our breakout rooms, once again, we'll have 45 minutes with our teams. You are going to learn about one of the ed tech tools that we used. And you're going to work with your team to put together a learning experience for your own students in the classroom. So something you can replicate with your students. Okay. Hosts, how are we? Are we okay to get into the breakout rooms? Thank you,
I'm
Mom.
inviting you into. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Please wait for a few minutes.
Sure. We can relax. I guess we need some waiting music. I didn't think about the waiting music. Yeah. Saren, yeah, good question. Hopefully that's something maybe you can address in your breakout room, that maybe you can think about how we could do this with young students or young learners. Not all ed tech tools will be applicable for every situation, but we do our best to see. And once again, sorry if you have a particular group you want to join, these will be randomly assigned. But we will be able to share the breakout rooms and the workspace with you after if you want to explore any of the other tools. So facilitators, just for time, I don't know if we need to end on the original scheduled time, even though we started late. Does anybody know if we get an extra 15 minutes or if we still need to end on the original scheduled time? Does anybody know?
I think we still have 20 minutes more.
We still do. Okay, perfect. So we shouldn't need to adjust anything too crazy. All right. I'm going to zoom out. If you're on Zoom, you can kind of see our messy mural board so far. If you want to flip over to the Zoom screen and see me zooming in and out, I'll also put a follow if you want to follow me. But you can see how cool our mural board is looking so far. If you zoom out, you can see somebody's been drawing throughout it and having fun with it. We've got sticky notes everywhere. The mind map looks cool. We've got our GIFs everywhere. And soon we will be hopping over to another board. Okay,
Crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal, 30 of the participants are in the breakout room now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let 10 of them stay here with you. Is this okay?
Okay, sounds good. Perfect.
Yeah.
And Mr.
Perfect.
Hung too as well. Okay. All right.
I just sent the invitation for all of you.
Perfect. I'm going to go over into our breakout room mural board. So we'll bring this up and let me know when we are ready to start this. Okay, Hung, good. I'm glad to see you're still here.
Yes.
Good to see you here. All right. Do we have our participants here?
Yes, 10 of the participants.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, welcome to the Screencast-O-Matic breakout room with me and Hung. What we're going to do today, we're going to do an overview of this EdTech tool. And actually, I'm going to put on, just so we can know about our time, 45 minutes. We'll have the airplane sound on there so we can kind of keep track of that. But we're going to go over this tool, what it is, how you could possibly use it with your students in your classroom or outside of the classroom. We're going to talk about some of those challenges that we just did as a full group. We're going to choose 2 of those challenges to maybe help us to create a learning experience. So for today, we're going to just focus on 2 of the challenges that the tool might help us with. We're going to talk about learning objectives and do a brainstorming session together. We're going to design a learning experience together. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you for setting that up for the 45 minutes. And then we're going to leave our breakout room and we're going to have a share out with the larger group. So really happy to meet you all, see you all here. Once again, this should be a very interactive space and time for you all. So please feel free if you are lost, if you need help, you can jump on, just talk. That's okay. You can write something in the chat. You could put a sticky note somewhere and hopefully I'll see it. But before we begin, Screencast-O-Matic, here's the logo. I want to flip down to here. Oh, guess I'm not sharing the room with you, am I? I'm not sharing the room. Let me share the room with you. I'm going to give you this visitor link in the chat here. If I can get my chat back up. Okay. There we go. You've got a new link now. You can join me in this. Saren, you can take a break anytime you need. Maybe when we're working on the plan time, that's fine. Just get up, stretch your legs, that's fine. So go ahead and join. The link is in the chat. And you will be in our breakout room. I will send a request to be followed if you want to hang out with me. But we're going to be on number 1 here. And we're going to come down here. I want you to let me know, what are your experiences using Screencast-O-Matic? Have you used it before? Do you use it for any activities, or is this your first time, or have you never heard of it? All you got to do is double click, leave a sticky note, and tell us what you think of Screencast-O-Matic. If you want to let us know in a GIF, you can do that as well. So. We just want to get an idea of what everyone, I'm going to release you for now so you can have some freedom, just an idea of what everyone knows about Screencast-O-Matic or has heard, or if they've ever worked with it before. All right, first time, excellent. First time for Mural, first time for Screencast. You're gonna get a lot today. Okay, fool's cap and quill pens, okay? There are other screencasting software programs out there that are free. Screencast I like just because it's free, but some of you maybe have used other ones. Okay, first time hearing Mural. All right, let's take about 30 more seconds here to let us know your experiences with Screencast-O-Matic. First time, lots of first times. Okay, perfect. I'm the only one that let you know with a GIF. I don't even know what that GIF means, but maybe it means I'm excited. All right. I'm going to ask you all to follow me again. We're going to move up to number 1. So Screencast-O-Matic, what is this tool? This is a free screen recorder. You do need an account, but I just use my Google account. So you can sign in with Google. I believe, Hung, do you know if you can sign in with Facebook at all? Have you done that before?
No, let me check.
Okay, he'll check for us, but we'll head over there. This is a great site for making video tutorials for students. So if you're interested in flipping the classroom, I use it a lot if I have really difficult grammar to explain and I don't have enough class time to go over it, or if I want students to spend a little bit more time with something, I can make a video and they can watch it and stop it and slow it down and listen to it on their own time. I also use Screencast-O-Matic to give feedback on student writing and on projects. We're becoming more and more inundated with video now. You can see your students are obsessed with video. We've got TikTok, we've got YouTube. Video is really becoming a medium that our students are really engaging with. Can I write down a list of the tools? Yep, we'll let you know all of that, Saren, at the end. We will make sure you have all that today. Okay, we can log in with Google. Yes, I'm not sure with Facebook, but anyway, Screencast, you can log in with Google and I'll show you that, not with Facebook. Okay. Another thing I like to do is sometimes I'll have students create their own screencast videos. So if they're doing a research project, I want them to show me where they found certain resources, or maybe I want them to show me how a particular site works. When TikTok first came out, I had students screencast how to use TikTok so I could feel young again. But it was a good way for them to practice English. It was good speaking practice. So what I'm going to do is I have a QR code if you want to join Screencast on your phone, but I'm going to double click here. Can everyone see Screencast? If you give me a thumbs up, the website. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm already logged in here. Once again, I said that you can go and log in with Google, but I just want to show you some of the things I've used. I don't have all my videos here because these are the ones that I just got feedback on. I'm going to play a few of these videos just to give you an idea of some of the ways I use Screencast-O-Matic. I'm going to also have Hung share some of the ways he's used it before. And then we're going to have kind of a brainstorming session thinking about this tool and how we might use it to overcome some challenges. So the first one, I have a reading that I give to my more advanced students and my graduate students. And this reading is called the Virginia Theater. It contains all the sounds in the English language. I have students record a video of themselves reading this, and then I give them feedback on their pronunciation. So let's take a look at that. Hi, Lockboy. Crystal here, one of your language instructors, and I'm going to give you feedback on your Virginia Theater reading. I will probably not give you feedback on your introduction. I'll go ahead and start the feedback once you start the reading if you want to skip ahead. So here we go.
Good morning. My name is Lockboy, and I'm from Vietnam. I've been in the US or at Lincoln for more than 2 years now, and now I'd like to test my pronunciation by reading this text. So here I go. It is usually rather easy to reach the Virginia Theater. Board car number 50.
Make sure to on board, you really want to get that hard RD at the end. Board car, board car, board car. Otherwise it sounds like bore. Okay, so you can get an idea of how I use that for pronunciation. Another thing I have used this for when students are lost or they need some help or I need some help, I can record a video of what's happening. Sometimes it's difficult to write an email about what I'm experiencing if I have tech problems, so I'll record a screenshot of that. Here's an example of me giving a lecture for students outside of class that they can watch, and then we don't have to spend the class time on this. In class time, we can work with discussion questions, we can work with other things. Now, once again, this is for my more advanced students, but you could modify this for lower level students, like you would have a shorter video, for example. Hi, everyone. My name is Bock Thiessen, and I'm going to lead you through a lecture today covering Chapter 9 of the Richards book, entitled Curriculum as a Process. So, whereas previous chapters have looked at curriculum as an action plan based on theoretical frameworks and a top-down approach, this chapter attempts to navigate curriculum in an alternative frame with more of a bottom-up classroom and teacher-informed practice and approach. So this lecture will cover the main sections of the chapter, including an alternative understanding of the curriculum, what teachers bring to teaching, how teachers think about lesson purposes, what happens during lessons, including some professional development practices, and a recap of the takeaways of the section. So we'll begin with section 9.1, an alternative understanding of the. Okay, so that's for some of my more advanced students. Now my lower level students, I like to use video a lot. It really helps them to be able to spend time with my feedback rather than just reading something. My students are getting more and more used to seeing things on video. The first video example I have was for intermediate level students. I'm teaching them how to do academic writing. The formatting. So the formatting in the United States in Western style academic writing can be very different from academic writing in other countries. And that can be hard for students to understand. So they have to think about language differences and writing in English, the mechanics of it, the command, and the academic formatting. So I made this so that they could follow exactly as they're writing their essay. They can watch this video and change exactly to how it should look. So let's take a look at that. Hi students, welcome back. Formatting. Formatting is very important when you do writing, especially for university writing and especially for master's degree university writing. Your professors will want you to make sure you have the same formatting for all of your writing. And I'm going to show you what formatting style you need to make your essays. Now, formatting means how much space do we have around our writing? What type of letters do we use? That's called the font. What size of letters do we use? How many spaces do we have in between? I'll just kind of. In your country, if I print something on the printer, it might be a different size than in the United States. Let me show you what I mean. If I go to page setup, in the United States, we use US letter size paper. So all of our formatting must start with this size. Now, if I click on this, you can see there's many different sizes. A4 size is typical size for European and Asian countries. And I imagine maybe in Sudan, you might use A4 size. But in the United States, okay, so that was for Sudanese students. Another example I have, you can see here, I've got how-to videos, but I also like to use this for student writing feedback. You could do this, oh, here we go, bigger. You could do this for a project as well. Let's take a look at the first draft of your essay number 1. First of all, your formatting looks really good, off to a good start there. I'm just gonna read your introduction. Globalization means the speed up of changes of human beings, goods, and services, capital, technologies, or cultural practices all over the plane. All over the plane, all over the, do you mean all over the place maybe? Or all over, check this, I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Many people every day use, we don't need to say this. Here you have two subjects, many people, and then you say we. That is a format used in Arabic, and in English you don't need it. Okay, so many people, we have subject, verb. Okay, so you can see I go through, I kind of edit on the video, but then the students have to go in and edit their actual essay. So I'm not giving them the edited version back. I'm not even giving them a version where I've written anything. They just go to the video, they can watch it as much as they need, they can pause it, and the students really feel that's helpful. So what's happening here is with Screencast-O-Matic, it gives you an instant recorder where you can record anything that's on your computer screen, or you can just record yourself as a video, or you can record both the computer screen and your video down on it as well. Now, Screencast-O-Matic is not the only software that does this. There's lots of software applications that do this, but it is free and it does store quite a few of your videos for you. So it's a nice feature. Hung, do you want to share any ways that you also use Screencast-O-Matic? If you have any different ways.
Yes. When I taught my students to use Screencast-O-Matic, some idea I suggest include using Screencast-O-Matic to record their lectures or class presentation for those students who are absent from the class, so that they can follow the lecture content and can continue with their lesson flow. Another way is to use it for giving feedback, as Crystal did with pronunciation and writing. Another way is to use it for digital storytelling. For example, if you use Storybird or Storyjumper to create stories online, you can share with your students with the story version only, with no sounds and no comments or voice. However, if you are teaching children and you want to create a video with your voice telling the stories, and then you can show the stories and you read aloud the story and record the whole process into a video. You can even add in the music in the background. So you can share a good video about any stories you want to use to teach your young learners on YouTube. So it can be a teaching material, or it can be used as a bedtime story with your voice on it. And it could be nice.
Yeah, great examples, Hung. When you're thinking about lower level learners, maybe you're making shorter videos, maybe you want to show them a grammar point and do an example. But basically how it works is when I'm ready to record a video, I will hit this recorder option here. I'll open Screencast-O-Matic. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if it opens up. It might not share with Zoom. But, oh, can you see my recorder at all? Has it done anything? You might not be able to see it.
No.
Okay, let me, anyway, I'm gonna stop share real quick and I'm going to reshare. I'm gonna just share my desktop and see if you can see it there. Okay, so, well, maybe it'll let me show. Okay, here we go. All right, share. Let's see, can you see the recorder now? Does
Yes.
everyone see like, okay. So how it looks is I can choose where I want to record on my screen. So for example, if I want to go, let's say I just want to go to Google and I'm showing my students how to do a search. I might want to show them how to do a Google Scholar search. I can choose if I want to just record this screen. Maybe I just want my webcam. Maybe I want both. So my photos down here and the screen. Maybe I want to hit record down here and it will record anything that's in here. So for example, I hit record, 3, 2, 1. Hi students, I want to show you how to make a more academic Google search than usual today. So we're going to actually go to Google Scholar and hit enter. And you can see, sorry, I was off the screen here. You can see that we get this. It's like Google, but it's more academic. Okay, and so on. Pause, and I can hit done. And I can save it. I can quickly share it, or I can edit it. So let's go out of there. So that's kind of that's how easy it is. So you can record anything on your screen. Now, I think somebody mentioned that Flipgrid has some of these same options for giving the video feedback, and that is true. Let me reshare my screen. That's true, but you can't always record just what's on your screen. So that's the difference there. So let me share this, sorry. Sometimes Zoom is picky on what I can share and what I can't. Okay, here we are back here, right? Can everyone see Screencast-O-Matic here? Yeah, okay, all right. So that gives you kind of an idea of what Screencast-O-Matic is. When we're talking about screencast, the biggest difference is that we can have the ability to record anything that's on our screen, PowerPoints, essays that we're looking at, anything of that nature. Okay, we've got some messages here. Okay, we have 25 minutes. All right, so thank you. We got to hurry up. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to flip over now to our screenshots challenges. I'm going to add that in here, our screenshot. And we're going to actually choose 2 of the screenshots that we worked on today as a group. So I'm going to make this big. We're going to look at it. What I want you to do now, I hope you are all in this session with me, but we are going to, my webcam here is still on. I'm trying to get rid of it. So here we go. Sorry. Oops, are we still here? Okay, all right. What I'd like you to do now is to vote on 2 of these challenges that we're going to look at and make a learning experience with. And you're going to actually use these little stars on the edge here to vote. So what I want you to do is grab a star and stick it next to one of the challenges or 2 of the challenges. Oops, here somebody's grabbing here. Let me lock this. I'm going to send it to the back and I'm going to lock it. All right. Okay, there you go. Now you should be able to add a star, pull it in. You can zoom in if you want. Okay. So zoom in, pull one of those stars on the challenges that we think that Screencast-O-Matic might be able to help us with just for this session. And I'll zoom in as well. And we've got time, distracted by using online learning. Those are 2 really good ones, actually, that Screencast can help us with. Okay, you've got your stars over here, just pull them over. Let's take 30 more seconds to pull in a star. If you can't grab a star, they should be able to be moved. All right, I like that one. They get confused when students use too many apps. Very true. All right, let's take another 20 seconds. All right. So we still have some people voting, but it looks like time has 2. That's because I voted. I added my vote. And students getting distracted by using online apps or online platforms, I think is another good one. For time, normally I would make this more of a democratic process, but we're running a bit low on time. So for time, let's go ahead and use these 2 challenges, time and student distraction. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to come along with me. I'm going to have you follow me. We're going to float over here to the group brainstorming. Okay, so our first challenge is going to be time. Our second challenge is going to be student distraction. And those are both really great ways that we can use Screencast-O-Matic. So based on what we learned about Screencast-O-Matic, what I want you to do is I want you to put a sticky note. What's an idea we might use Screencast-O-Matic to overcome time? Well, one of them is to flip the classroom. So that means we're having students watch videos about language concepts or ideas outside of the classroom before they come to class. That way we don't have to spend class time using that. So that's an idea. For the purple one, I'm going to double click and I want to change it to purple. How might we use it to overcome student distraction? So you can think of some ideas there and add them. And finally, how might we use it to incorporate overall language learning experience? So go ahead and add your sticky notes there. Once again, you can pull them down from the box above or just double click. Okay, so we'll give you about 2 minutes to add there. We are not voting yet, so we're just adding sticky notes. How might we use this ed tech tool to do these things? Yeah, rewatch the lessons. Okay. Now, once again, Screencast-O-Matic is not a tool we would use really to record lectures. It's more going to be recording something that's on our computer screen, or if we are just speaking and giving our own lecture in that manner, like if we're working from home, that could also be an application that it is used for. All right. So feel free, if everyone can add at least one sticky note to at least each of the areas, that would be great. And you can pull them in or you can double click. And we are on part 3 if you are lost. Part 3. There's some good ideas here. It might be good to get some more about this language learning experience. If you did not get in on the visitor link, I'm going to paste it again in the chat. If you weren't able to join us here in the mural board, go ahead and join in the chat. Saren, you don't have to use a tool before to have an idea. So we just showed you some of the things that you could do with Screencast-O-Matic. So from that little tour, gives you an idea of what we could possibly use this tool for in the classroom for these 3 different areas. Okay, so you don't have to have used it before, but since we all have an idea, we can give our ideas in these categories. Yes, students might be more engaged since they do enjoy them. Thank you. We have 15 minutes, so we're gonna hurry. You know, I'm a teacher, so you all know teachers love talking. I got a little too chatty on the Screencast-O-Matic tour, so we'll get going here. We'll move it a little fast. So let's take 30 seconds. 30 seconds. If you haven't added a sticky note, please add a sticky note somewhere. Double click or pull the sticky notes in. We've got our 2 challenges. Once again, if you double click the sticky notes, you don't need a text box. You can just start typing. All right, 10 more seconds to finish up. Okay. All right. Since we are doing this collaboratively, we are now going to vote. I have 2 sticky notes for each column, but please just choose one. So you're going to pull a circle and you're going to stick it next to a sticky note that you think would make for a good learning experience. And that's what we're going to use to put our experience together. So please put one circle, choose one sticky note in each box to vote on. It doesn't matter the color of the circle. You could just pull any circle out and vote on your favorite one from each of the boxes. And they might go behind the boxes. That's okay. We can just stick it right beside the box. There you go. Yeah, if you have it right on top of the sticky note, it might go behind it. So you can move your sticky notes around if you need. That's fine. Love these little motions moving. All right. Let's take 10 more seconds to get your votes in. Sorry, I'm rushing you along just because we're limited by time, but normally we try to give you a little more time to play. All right. Okay, I'm going to draw on this. It looks like our winners are, we can flip the classroom. So that means we can give some student feedback or some student tutorial before the class. We've got watching the teacher while listening to feedback. Okay, that can work. And then we've got, okay, once again, giving feedback to students. So our learning experience, we're going to use something with giving feedback and perhaps flipping the classroom. Okay, so this is where we're going to design our learning experience. I'm going to ask you all to follow me again. Sorry, I left without you. We are on section 4. We only have about 10 minutes or so, so this will be kind of fast. In this situation, I think we all want to maybe come on. If you want to just speak, that's fine. But we need to think of a warm-up for this activity, how we're going to give information here, and how we're going to activate. Okay. Oh, somebody said, what is flip the classroom? Flip the classroom is when you give the students the information. Maybe it's the lesson, or it's the explanation of a grammar point, or it's the bulk of the information. You give that to them and they watch it on their own. They watch it at home. The homework assignment is to learn about the content. And then when they come to the classroom, you're not actually using the time to deliver the lesson. Instead, you're using the time to think more about the topic. They already learned it on their own. So you're using discussion questions or groups or activities. So flipping the classroom is you're just doing the opposite of what you would do in the class. You're giving them the lesson through video usually, and then they come to class with the lesson in their head, and you can do other activities together in class. So thanks for that question. Okay, Hung, what do you think? I think since we only have 10 minutes left, we might not be democratic anymore. We might do this on our own, but based on our group brainstorming, we want to flip the classroom and we want to give teacher feedback to students. We're also wanting to overcome the time challenge and the student distraction challenge. Okay, so I think we are going to, Hung, do you mind? We can just hop in here and we're going to give our own ideas.
No, they are all good ideas.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So I think let's just do this, and sorry, once again, I'm not being very democratic here. We're just running out of time. But does anyone have a good idea of how we could get students warmed up here? We don't necessarily need to use Screencast-O-Matic for a warm-up, but could we use Screencast-O-Matic for a warm-up? Any ideas? Could we have students record their own video? Are they allowed to use phones in your classroom? Maybe add to the chat. Let's see what we have here. All right, I don't see anything in the chat. So let's, for the engage section, let's just not start with that. Let's start with the study. We know we want to flip the classroom. Okay, students are asked to use smartphones for online learning. That's perfect. So we want to flip the classroom. So our content, So our contact will be our, sorry, I can't type and talk. Our content will be recorded using Screencast-O-Matic. So the content will either be something like a PowerPoint presentation, or maybe we're showing students a website, or maybe we're demonstrating a grammar point and we're showing them some examples online of how they could see this grammar point in real life. About 40% of them have smartphones. That's good to know. So how will we give them the input? This is how we're going to give them the input here. And what is the input? The input, it doesn't really matter. It's based on what you teach and what your students are learning. So you would think, how would we record some material that we could send to our students? Now, I see in the chat about 40% of them have smartphones. So this is also a good way that we could maybe have an engage. I'm going to copy this here. We can have students can partner up to record a short video on the topic. Maybe depending on their level, 10 seconds to 1 minute. Okay, so depending on the topic that we're going to teach in class that day or that we're going to record for our students, maybe the warm up of the day in class, they use their smartphones, they partner with someone if they are with someone that can share to record a video. If they don't have a smartphone, they can use Screencast-O-Matic on their computer, on their laptop. They can record themselves right straight from that. They don't even need a smartphone. So that could be our warm-up activity to get them thinking about the topic. The study will happen outside of the classroom. Maybe we as a teacher, we've used Screencast-O-Matic to make a video for them on something. So I showed you some examples of how I use it, but you could use it in any way for something that you're showing your students, okay? And then we want to have the students activate. We want to have them produce something. We don't have to have them use screencast, but we could. So here I see Hong said, students can watch a video made by screencast to learn about the new lesson before class, discuss or ask questions about the video content during class. Yeah, I think that's great. So the activate will have students, maybe students will have discussion. I can't type and talk. You all know this. It's hard to even talk and write on the board at the same time. It's even worse talking and typing. They'll have discussion questions, or remember, this is depending on their level, or maybe they will have a task to complete, or maybe they will have, what else could we have them do? A writing assignment. Whatever you want. This will be connected. This will be connected to whatever they have learned already in our flipped classroom from Screencast-O-Matic. So we will present the information to them here outside of class. Then here they will use class time to actually play with the information. Maybe it's a grammar point. Maybe it's pronunciation practice. Maybe it's a writing style, learning how to do something, whatever it is that you teach and your students focus on. Okay, so the reflect here, in what ways? So it looks like we will have the teacher and the students. So the students will use it for warm up. And the teacher will use it for the content. Once again, the students won't be engaging with the content the first time in the class. They will get it as a flipped assignment, okay? So Hung says the students can watch a video and give comment by words or drawing using screencast. They can pause at each time frame of the video and give comments. And they can continue that whole process until it's recorded with screencast. Would that be for the engage, Hung, or would that be the activate?
I think it is better for activate because after students watch a video, they will shape some opinions, and then activate is when they present their opinions and they present it using Screencast-O-Matic to make a video.
That's a good idea. So we'll put this in here. So I know some of you are following along. You're like, what? Where are they getting on all of this? But this is just a brainstorming activity that we're doing. So Hung, can you copy your comment and put it down in the activate section in a text box so we have it?
Yes, yes.
And engage. Thank you, Saren. Engage is incorporating, you can use the 4 Ps. Yes, you can use prepare, present, practice, and perform. For this activity, since we are short on time, we used a simple engage, study, activate, reflect framework. I know a lot of you have learned a lot of different frameworks, the 5 E's, TPAC, all kinds of stuff that you could use for the framework. So you don't necessarily have to use our framework. That's just for the workshop. Great question, Saren. Thank you so much. Okay. It looks like we have about 2 minutes left. Does anyone have any questions, comments? I know we kind of went quickly with this, but this is an example of how we were able to collaborate digitally. We didn't always use Mural. We used other aspects, other software platforms as well, but it kind of gives you an idea of how we get people's ideas out, how we come together. Maybe it's something you could do with your students, have them collaborate on a project digitally. Maybe it's something you could do with your colleagues if you're trying to problem solve or think of ways you can incorporate technology, or even think of ways you can overcome common challenges together. This is a great way to do that. Mural is just one tool you can use to do that. Okay, let's see. Hung, you got that in there. Okay, perfect. I'm going to make that bigger so I can make sure and see that. Okay. Sorry, I keep talking, but it is 1 minute left. Are there any other questions you can put on a sticky note on here? You can put it in the chat. We're going to be sharing these learning experiences. We don't want to add extra time. There's 1 minute left. You all are kind of quiet here, but oh, I see a sticky note, or that's Hung maybe.
Yes.
Did we get the quiet group, or are you all just tired because you haven't drunk enough coffee? Silence.
I think
All
they will have more ideas when they group together as the whole session in the main room.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So Hung, I'm gonna, when we share, I might, we're gonna share our screen here with everyone, and then I might have you, let's see, I'm not sure how I'll do this, but I think I can do it. So I'll be typing on another screen as the other groups are sharing. Anyway, thank you everyone for our fast breakout room. We had 45 minutes, if you can believe it, but we went kind of fast. Time's up. All right, we are going to stop sharing now. We're going to wait for everybody else to come back into our room. Time's up. Here we go. Hi, everyone.
I'm gonna bring them back.
Sounds good.
The breakout rooms will close in 50 seconds.
15 seconds. All right. Well, there's my breakout room. I see some of them here.
Crystal, we have a question in the chat room by Bao
Yes.
Chen.
That's a great question. How do we check if they understand our instructions? Like I do, I encourage students to be messy. I encourage them to make mistakes. You have to have that time where, just like we're having on Mural, where you're figuring it out, you're trying to get used to the tech. The only way to really do that is to play with them. So give them lots of time and opportunities to play. Like give them time to, just small assignments that are worth 1 point, right? Going into the software and playing or figuring out and then submitting what they have. And that'll give you a good idea of, what they're understanding. And you can see as a class what maybe they're not understanding or something that they're missing. So that's a great
Crystal,
question.
we are back.
Hi, yeah, we're back. We were waiting for you. We were just chatting while you were back. Okay.
We weren't finished yet. We were still working on our thing. We need like 5 more minutes. We set the timer and our timer said we had 5 more minutes.
First time everyone works on Mural, and we have to wait a lot for the responses.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Well, we decided halfway through that we weren't going to be democratic anymore, and Hung and I kind of commandeered it because we were running out of time. So maybe we can just share what we have so far. And do you want to just Summer share your breakout room?
We're not finished, and our timer said we had more time, like we had at least 5 more minutes. So we're only in Engage. There's really not much to share. But if you want to see how far we got, we can share that.
Yeah,
so
we were kind of your process.
Yeah. So, well, actually, it's really good because when we're designing the learning experience and we're thinking through our lesson and we're using the tool Flipgrid to deal with our challenges that we carried over here. And the challenges that we voted on, which was a little messy because things weren't working and we just needed time to figure that out. But they were, I have too many students, we have a lack of funds, and we don't have reliable technology. And so Flipgrid answers this challenge because it's free. You can access it in a lot of ways. And really, if you have too many students, you can assign this at home. And so what people came up with, why this is really great, is that a lot of people don't want to speak in the classroom. So being able to speak at home helps solve this problem. They can use it when it's convenient for them, which is lovely. And it's really good for shy students who want to speak and be recorded and get feedback without any pressure. Most of the people in this session were new to Flipgrid, so that was wonderful that they came up with that. So for a speaking lesson, our collective objective was to design a speaking lesson using be verbs. So we just started out using Flipgrid to engage a warm-up lesson and have them record something using be verbs. And we were just getting to study when our timer went off. So that's as far as we got.
Okay, I had to unmute. I was recording that on our main breakout room. But still, that's okay. Once again, this is a messy process. We're all learning together. And if we don't finish it perfectly and it's not beautiful, that's totally fine. I'm going to go ahead and share group 2. Sorry, Summer, I'm booting you off. That's
okay. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. So group 2, we started out pretty democratic. Giving some ideas. A lot of the group was new to Screencast-O-Matic. Screencast-O-Matic is a video recording, a free video recording software that you can record anything on your screen, websites. We use it for writing feedback, anything like that. We looked at our challenges. The top 2 challenges we were concerned with were time and that students get distracted when they go online, especially in class. Coming over here, we talked about how we might want to use Screencast-O-Matic to overcome time. We thought we might want to flip the classroom. We want to have a situation where the teacher can give feedback to students to keep them focused. And once again, we had another idea about feedback. So we really wanted to flip the classroom and have an opportunity for feedback. For our learning experience, we decided that students could partner up maybe to record a short video. We learned about 40% of the students have a phone, so they could share that if a phone to do this activity, or they could do it on their computers with the free free Screencast-O-Matic recording option. We wanted to flip the classroom so the teacher would actually record the content on his or her own and share that content with the students. And then the students would have a task of watching the video that the teacher created. They would pause it, they could give comments by their words, or they could draw using screencasts themselves. So we would actually have the teachers and the students using Screencast-O-Matic for both of their situations. So it's a simple learning experience that we came up with, mostly because we were short on time. So that was, yes. Saren in the comments just said we had Flipgrid, Screencast-O-Matic, and Canva. Yes, those were the 3 tools. Okay. All right, group 3, would you mind sharing your screen with us? And I'm going to record.
Okay. So actually, we just finished like introducing the tool to the participants. As for their experience, most of the participants just got to know this tool for the first time. So we spent some time voting on the challenges, and the 2 challenges that we that received the most our students like autonomy and the fear that students might get distracted by using online tool. And then we move on to group brainstorming, where we had some idea about how to overcome these challenges. Some of the ideas to get students work on their group to build portfolio, or to the idea that we should assign tasks relevant to student ability, or make full use of design in Canva, or to design project with Canva. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to work on the learning experience because Dr. Vu were introducing the idea to the group, and then we ran out of time. We had some time to like sign up for the Canva account for the participant to sign up for their account so that they can actually experience the tool. But we ran out of time eventually. I just share some of my experience using Canva is that I use it to design worksheet, to design worksheet, to design the presentation. A student of mine in the English department, she asked the student in her class to design their writing for her writing class. So using Canva. So that's some sample products from a real project by teacher. Dr. Vũ may want to share some of his ideas on this. Maybe.
Well, it will be very quick. I use Canva a lot for creating contents for our online courses. You know, when we develop an online course, whether it's on Canvas, on Moodle, or any platform, we need to have like course banners, like photo thumbnails, like illustration for chapters, learning badges, certificates of course completions. Now, all of those things can be created very quickly in Canva. You only need to go to Canva and search for the template and make some changes. And in just 5 or 10 minutes, you have your own professionally designed graphics that can be downloaded without any watermark. Wow, that's really cool. Of course, if you need more, higher quality images, which I usually do not need to do. You can upgrade to the premium account. Yeah. Sorry, we couldn't have more time for you to experience with Canva, but it's a tool that will help us a lot.
All right, thank you, group 3. And you know what? Sometimes we don't finish things in the time allotted, and that's okay. That's life, that's teaching, that's learning. I think you all know that and realize that. The main idea is that you got introduced to Mural and one other ed tech tool in this session. And as teachers, you are also students and learners. And we know if you are interested in what you saw, you'll go off on your own and play with it a little bit more. But I'm going to share my screen again. What we're going to do, we've got 2 more final things to do. Even though we didn't end up finishing all of our learning experiences, that's okay. I took notes on the 3 learning experiences that we did go over, even if they weren't finished. And I'm going to share in the chat again our link to our board. If you fell out of our board or you don't have it anymore, here's the link. You can join back in. But what we want you to do is to comment, ask a question, or give a suggestion to each group. They kind of gave you an idea of, what they would do with their ed tech tool. Even if they didn't finish, I will ask to be followed. You can find me over here on section 8 of our Mural board. Okay, so sticky note share out. Here's the color key. Leave a sticky note for each team's learning experience down here in the box. Blue sticky notes will be for suggestions if you have them, yellow for comments, pink for questions. You could also leave a GIF or an image or an icon about what you thought of their learning experience. So please, we're going to give you, yes, Sarah, Mural is another tool that we're using right now. So it's another thing that you can use in your educational technology toolbox. So great question. Okay, so leave a comment, leave a suggestion, ask a question of the teams right now. We're going to give about, we'll start with 3 minutes. I'm going to put on the timer here, 3, and see how we do. Let's change it to the cuckoo clock. Okay. We'd like you all to at least give a sticky note on each of the other 2 teams if you can. So you might have to pull your sticky note into the right box. So find team 1, find team 2, and find team 3. You might have to zoom out a bit or zoom in, depending on where you are. So again, you can double click anywhere. Can students see teachers' feedback on their friends' work? Is that for Flipgrid? We're gonna pull that. Oops. I better lock these. We'll go ahead and lock. I'm loving some of the So Flipgrid question, can my student watch the video again and again? They can. The videos are actually stored in their accounts, and you can also have classroom accounts on Flipgrid, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, one thing we showed was groups, and I actually made a group and put everybody in it, but we'll have to do that outside of today's workshop.
Yeah. I see in the Team 2 sticky note, can students see teachers' feedback on their friends' work, and can they give feedback to their friends' work? On Screencast-O-Matic, they cannot. It is a little different from Flipgrid. Flipgrid is more social, so you have kind of social commenting on the videos. Screencast-O-Matic, really, I do a lot, for example, writing feedback. If I just want to give students individual personalized feedback from me that I don't really need their classmates to see, it's good use for that. Hung, have you used Screencast-O-Matic? Have you had opportunities where they can comment on each other's? I don't think that option exists in Screencast.
If they want to give comments and record that in a video, and then they have to make a new video.
Okay, so they can do video recordings, but I'd say if you want them to leave comments on videos, you might want to check out Flipgrid. That's kind of another video platform, but it's more social, that students and the teacher can leave comments that everyone can see. You sound good. Oh, was that the time? I was like, what's that? Whose ringtone is that? All right, I see a great comment down here. It says it's important to encourage students to engage, but not aim for perfection. Some students find it tiring when they have to record, a lot, or if they have to work a lot. It can be tiring, as you see, to be on tech too long. So encourage them to be messy, encourage them to play. It is important. It is difficult, especially if it's something we don't use every day. However, technology is not going away. It is a part of our life. It is a part of our students' future. Technology builds on itself. Yes, there'll be something new next year, but it will build on skills that you have already learned in another software platform. So if you stop learning tech and start again in 10 years, it'll just be impossible to catch up. So you don't need to be perfect, but kind of keeping up those skills is important. It's just never going to go away. We're always going to have technology. So I think that's one thing that we can do is just kind of encourage each other. I like to always say, be messy and play. That's all you can do for learning tech. We've seen some recommendations on Canva groups there. We've got Canva facilitates teaching and student works. I love Canva. I love all three of these ed tech platforms. They really work for different goals of the classroom. Facilitators, anyone else have anything they want to add on these three ed tech platforms? Where'd my facilitators go? It's the quiet group.
I'm writing on the board.
Okay.
On the yellow sticky note. I'm adding.
Okay.
I'm adding some. Sorry, I couldn't do.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
I'm writing some. I was typing some activities. These are some things we talked about, but it's good to put it out there. Like, it's very good for speaking, very good for pronunciation. Viet has wonderful things for pronunciation, but also it's good for if students are working on presentations and they just need to practice. You set time limits, so they don't need to speak over 2 or 3 minutes sometimes. I have my students go to Flipgrid before they actually start writing essays or summaries or opinions and talk for 3 minutes about their brainstorm, talk it through verbally. I also have them watch TED videos and lots of other things and then go give me an oral summary or give me their opinion. These are just short little quick activities that we use in the engage phase to get them interested, or that we use as exit tickets or sometimes homework.
Mhm.
Viet,
Great.
you can add to that sticky note if you want, or add your own.
If we had more time, we would love to show you all our great ideas for all 3 of these ed tech tools. I know most of us use all 3 of them. There's all kinds of things you can do, but I like this suggestion of joining Facebook groups. There's Facebook groups for Canva, for Screencast-O-Matic, for Flipgrid, for educators. You probably have your own within Viet TESOL or your other TESOL affiliates. And if you don't, why not start one? Start a mural room where you're just learning to be messy and play around in Mural and figure it out together so that you can support each other. YouTube is always your friend. There's always YouTube tutorial videos for how to get started, how to navigate it. Teachers are your best resource. Other teachers are your best tool. So connect. Use conferences and conventions like this to just really build that teacher connection. It's an invaluable resource to have, even more than just the internet, is having that support and getting ideas from your fellow teachers. All right. Okay, we are going to, yes, okay, can we access this workshop's mural after the workshop ends? Yes, we can actually share the PDF of our workshop mural and of the breakout rooms. We will need to figure out, I think what we'll end up doing is we'll upload those in the session handouts. I think might be the easiest way. Can anyone say whether or not I'm able to do that still? Can I upload things to the session notes after? I'm going to assume I can. If we can't, we'll find a way to get you the PDF of this mural. I'm going to put my email here in the chat, just in case. If you somehow don't get it, I can send it your way, so you can take a note of that as well. Okay.
We have one more question from
Yeah.
Sarah Sock about like primary students are reported not really engaged in the lesson when learning online because of different factors that related to young learners.
Yeah, that's difficult, especially when they're online all day, because I know you all are still doing a lot of teaching from home and learning from home. One thing I can suggest is Mural. Look how fun it is to kind of engage and play around, having simple activities that students can get lost in, giving them lots of time to really get to know the technology like we did tonight. Facilitators, you all have any other suggestions for that question?
Well, I think that for young learners, especially primary students, then the task should be simple. Like probably I imagine that the whole Canva may support 1 or just 2 tasks. So we give students a lot of space. We make the text bigger and bigger, so they don't need to zoom in or zoom out. Only need to do very simple actions like double click on the screen, type thing, or click on the picture and drag it into the board. So very simple activity. But the whole experience of Mural is that it create a very big sense of, it's like a sense of a big community. Everyone is working here and there, so it may engage students in a way.
I think to engage young learners, apart from using good images and the graphic resources on Canva, we should also pay attention to the fact that young learners are not comfortable using computer. They do not have the skills that the adult learners have. So I think we should try to use a lot of visual effects to engage them, and at the same time try to think of a lot of questions to interact, like call out the names, ask them to turn on the webcams, and give them a lot of questions. I think that's the best way to interact with them. I have a little boy. He's now in primary school, and his teachers is now teaching online several sessions a week, and they use that technique a lot. So the children do not have to touch the computer much, but they see a lot of things on the screen, and they get their names called on often. Thank you.
Great, wonderful suggestions. Yes, highly visual world we live in, so you cannot underestimate visuals. That's why Canva is so awesome. Canva, Canva, Canva. But then videos as well. Our young learners even love watching videos. You've got 2-year-olds, 1-year-olds watching YouTube videos. So that's why we really chose these 3 ed tech tools. They're great ones to use with all ages and all levels of learners. Real quick, I see a question here. Could I get a recording of this video workshop, of the video of this workshop? And I believe those will be shared since they are being recorded. So please check with the Viet TESOL facilitators and the higher ups. But I'm going to move to our last part here, which is STAR. This is for us as facilitators. We want to get your reaction of the overall workshop. I see there's a guy in snow here, which is okay. I'll figure that out. But we'd love you to have a sticky note with a question, a comment, not just for this mural or this activity, but for us, or give us a reaction with an icon or a GIF, anything you want about today's workshop. We kind of want to know how we did, how you feel leaving this workshop. If you have some good ideas, please share them. We'll give you a little bit of time to share right now. Once again, most of you are anonymous. You're just whatever the animal is. So please feel free to give us. Okay, thank you. Yeah, good question. For the mural account, if you want to make your own murals, you do need an account. I once again use my Google account. Oh, I love it. I love that. That's very cute. Thank you. For the free mural account, you can only have, I believe, up to 5 murals, which is fine if you don't want to save them all. So 5 murals on the free one, but anyone who visits does not need a mural account like we did today. You just need to have the link, the visitors link. So
yeah, we had some issues with some people being able to access and then they couldn't access, and some strange things were happening, but we were navigating through it, and that sometimes happens with technology, right?
Yeah, and you should expect that, and that's okay. And that's,
yeah.
I'm going to put a heart over here because I like that. And I'm going to bring it to the front.
Is that you saying learning is messy? I love it.
That's not me saying it. I'm just putting the heart by it because I
like
that.
I love it. Yes, life is messy.
Yeah, that's
isn't it?
Yeah, life and technology reflects our life, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
We still have one more question in the chat box.
Yeah, I was just, okay, let's see. In Cambodia, we use Google and Microsoft, and in these two, there are apps. Yep, Google and Microsoft are still very common and widely used. And then there's another question. Some introverted students could feel uncomfortable, insecure recording themselves in video. That's where I really like Flipgrid and Screencast-O-Matic, because they don't actually have to show themselves. If they don't want to, they can just record their voices. Also in Flipgrid, they have the option, they can add like little emojis and stickers on their image. Yeah, so they could put like sunglasses on their face and a hat, and they could really kind of be, you know, dress themselves up so you don't actually see them. A lot of my students who are shyer like to use these features because they don't like, you know, people watching their video. And you can also make it more private to where just the student or just the teacher is giving feedback.
Yeah, you can make it private. And what I often tell my students is this is something you can do to actually help build confidence, build speaking confidence.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, we really appreciate having you all join us today. We're glad that we could share Mural with you and be messy together, as well as the 3 ed tech tools. It's almost like we thought 2.5 hours was too long, but it's almost like we needed a little bit more time so that we could really get that teamwork together on those learning experiences. But anyway, we thank you for your patience, for your interaction, for being such good humored teachers and going with the flow with us and learning about Mural. Other facilitators, do you have any comments or anything to add? I'm still looking at what people are adding in the box here.
Okay, so we would like to share our big thanks for your great presentations. About the PDF file of your mural, you can send a copy of it to my emails, and I'm going to ask for the permission to upload it on the website of Viet Khoa. And this session is recorded and live on the website of Viet Khoa already, so you guys can check it out later on. Due to the limited time, we cannot include all of the questions in the Q&A session, so you can email the presenters directly. And on behalf of the Viet 2021, we wish you all the best and with a productive day and meaningful rest of our virtual convention. Thank you very much.
So much,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah,
Before you
bye-bye.
leave, put a heart on your screen for us. We want to see your hearts on your screen. Bye, everyone.
Oh, yes.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
one
take a
last
screenshot here.
Reaction.
Please.
Give us a heart. Come on.
Oh, yeah. One last thing, Summer and I are presenting another presentation tomorrow. So look for us. I believe, Summer, are we at 10:35? Something like that?
Yes.
All we know it's Friday night
at
for
night.
us. So we're going to be kind of covering similar topics, but we're going to do it in a little bit different way. It's just a 50-minute presentation. So if you are not 45, if you're not tired of us yet, come join our presentation, and we hope to see you all again. If you don't join us in our presentation, we won't be heartbroken, but please enjoy the rest of the conference. It's going to be a great time for you all to connect. We're looking forward to it as well.
That's great. Thank you very much. Can you please turn on the camera and put the hat on so that I can take a picture of this?
Oh, yeah. Let's do heart.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
Are you going to
That's good.
send it to us, or should we take Crystal do a
Yeah,
screenshot?
I'm going to email it to Crystal.
Summer, what's the name of our presentation?
I don't remember.
It's something close to this. It's like engaging in digital spaces. So it's something, it's not as long as the workshop title. Sorry. We're frazzled. It's nighttime here. So sorry about that. It's engaging in digital spaces, I think is the name of it. Everybody, oh, I got to get my heart on.
Oh, get your hearts.
And get your
Oh, this is how I do it.
These lovely people. Oh yeah, that's a good one. What if my heart might go? Let us know when you're gonna do it. So
yeah, because my heart.
Okay.
My heart went away. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
What if I did this?
Okay.
Can we do it one more time?
One more time.
Okay, here we go. Everybody on, get your heart on. Let's get your emojis. Here we go.
Okay, one more time. Now, wait, I need my heart.
Put mine over here.
Okay, done. Beautiful.
Yay! Thank you all. Have a great night. Bye, everyone.
Crystal, someone asked what's the name of your presentation tomorrow?
Yeah, I feel embarrassed. I think it's engaging in digital spaces, but I can't remember what we submitted. Summer, this is where I defer to you.
I'm going to tell you that I have forgotten myself.
Okay.
Don't judge us. We just we had a lot to think about
We'll
with the
find
word.
it. We'll find it.
I'm
Yeah.
fairly sure it's called engaging in digital
That will
spaces.
be, I think that using
Can-
technology and teamwork, engaging, using technology and teamwork, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, something like that. It's at 10:45. So
Yeah, I
Saturday
click on your
morning.
name and I see that's the name of the
Okay,
section.
thanks,
Oh,
Iman.
thank
This is
you
why we have
so
on.
much.
Teamwork.
This is why we have a team. That's right.
Yes, yes.
Because our brains are too fried. You all know, you're teachers too. We can't
Right.
think of all these things at once.
Mhm.
All right.
Actually,
you to
Crystal,
our-
Summer, you are in the stage of unlearn. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
it's
Yes.
easy. Okay, unlearn to learn.
Yes. Thank you, facilitators. Thank
See you
to our
later.
team, and
Right.
thank you for the
See you
host.
soon,
Bye,
Crystal and
everybody.
Summer.
Nice
Bye.
job,
Good
guys.
with you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Bye.
Well done.
Bye.
Enjoy the
Bye.
conference and good night.
Good
Mhm.
night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night. Good morning.
Have a good
Mhm.
morning.
Have a good night.
Good night, America.
That's
Bye,
really good.
guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye.